Hey everyone, my name is RJ Jaques. I'm with Jaques Art and Custom Framing, and I want to share with you. I want to do a video of sort of the making of this All-Star Game jersey that I have. It's an Aaron Judge jersey from the New York Yankees, number 99. And as you know, the All-Star Game this year, 2018, happened in Washington, D.C. And right after it happened, I got an email from this gentleman. And one thing I found really interesting that he said, and it was kind of a compliment, and I appreciate it. He said that he really enjoyed watching our videos of the making of our jersey framing projects. And he said, if at all possible, can you do one for my jersey? And that's actually the first request that I've gotten for that. And I think it's a huge compliment, and we really appreciate that. And we love doing these videos. And we're so happy that people enjoy watching them. So with that said, I promised that I would do that, and that's what I'm doing. And I can't wait to work on this jersey. I've been looking forward to it since I talked to him and since he sent everything that he wanted me to include, because this is one of those jerseys that when you look at it, you know, when we unbox what he sent, and we looked at a lot of the things that he wanted us to include, you know, you can kind of tell right away, you start to visualize just how amazing this is going to turn out. And I think it all starts with the color scheme that that you start thinking about when you see the jersey. The other thing that I really like about this jersey is that huge patch of the All-Star Game that you see on one of the sleeves. And then if you look at the other one, this is a New York Yankees player, so there's the NY Yankees logo right there. And then the other thing that I really, really love is the stars that are kind of, you know, coming down tapered, as you can see, along the left and the right side of the jersey. So there's a lot of potential. You know, the thing about the stars that I'm already kind of feeling here is that we're going to try to rescue them as much as we can, but as you've seen our work, we really like that taper look from top to bottom. And this one is kind of, you know, extended, but I think we can do definitely something about it. Okay, so that isn't the only thing that he sent me. The other thing that he sent me is a plaque of Aaron Judge, number 99, the New York Yankees. As you can see right here, there is his signature digitized. It's got a lot of the stats of his career, which isn't a very long career yet, but he's definitely, you know, setting himself up for a lot of success, obviously, in the Major League Baseball. So we're looking forward to that. The other thing that he sent us is he actually he told me that he took his family to the All-Star Game, to the Home Run Derby. And so he wants me to include the 3 tickets. He says he wants to remember or use this jersey once it's framed and up on his wall to be able to remember that special day with the family. So we're going to try to figure out where the tickets might go, right? So there's the obvious, you know, we can, you know, sort of space them out like that. I actually like this sort of accordion look, if we can figure out how to incorporate that. So I'm just going to place him there for a little bit. He told me he likes the way that we incorporate patches into our design. So he sent me a DC, right? Because that's where it took place, Washington, DC. This is a beautiful patch. It's got the D and the C kind of intertwined. And it's got the stars and sort of the U.S. flag kind of incorporated there, which is really cool. Got a really, really cool NY New York Yankees patch. I'm going to put it right on the blue so you guys can see. It's really, really beautiful. We're going to try to figure out where that one would go. The other thing that he sent me is he sent me 2 cards. He said he really likes the way that we add some dimension in our design to the card, where we create a little shadow box inside the frame for each card. So this is a beautiful All-Star Game card of Aaron Judge. So obviously we're going to try to find a good place for that, but I'm just going to put it here towards the top right below the sleeve, and then we'll see where we end up. And then the second card that he sent is this vertical card, also a beauty. This is actually a signed card, and it's just tremendous. You can see the Yankees logo right there. It's got him batting, and it's got the signature, and then those letters are just amazing, kind of going sideways there. So, from a design standpoint, this is kind of what we're working with. I think it's an amazing project. We can't wait to get to it. The first thing that we do is we sort of unbox everything. We start moving things around. And then the next thing that we do is we kind of start talking about the color combination for the matting that we're going to be using. So I'm going to go ahead and think about that for a little bit. But again, the red kind of stands out to me. Most of the jerseys that we do where we put the red suede on top, they just look stunning. They look really amazing, so we're going to try to go for that. I love the silver that you see on the big 99 numbers, and so we're going to probably mount this on our somewhat semi-shiny silver matting that you may have seen a lot of our jerseys use. And then we'll probably go with the red suede on top with the white accent around, and just kind of, take it from there. So I'll come back in a little bit, just kind of show you what those color combinations might look like, and then we'll take it from there. And again, this is a beautiful jersey that we're looking forward to framing. Hey everyone, so we thought about the color combination, and we really like the idea of mounting it on our silver matting, as you can see, because this is going to pick up. It's really going to make the jersey stand out. It ties back to the 99 number, and I think the whole thing just looks amazing. Even the plaque, which has a sort of a black backing with silver lettering and then a layer of silver, I think that's going to look incredible as well. And then if you move up here to the top, you'll see that the red suede, which is just very beautiful, very bold, is just going to really help us bring out the color that is on top of the jersey, and the outline around the NY logo. And then as you come down here, there's going to be more red. And as you have seen our work, we always like to fold the sides in a way that we leave a little bit of padding of the silver, and then we go back to that red suede on top. So you'll never likely see our jerseys or our matting kind of stacking on top of the jersey itself. We like to leave them a little bit of some breathing room, top and bottom and left and right as well. I really like, if you've seen us make baseball jerseys, you likely have seen how we fold the bottom of the jersey. And we'd like to continue that, that silhouette of the jersey. And so we kind of fold this in a way that isn't a straight kind of fold, but rather it follows that contour of a typical baseball jersey. Hey everyone, so we're back, and I wanted to give you a quick update as to where we are with this project. So a couple of things have changed since I started working on it, but I do want to point out that that we were able to fold it in a way where we could expose the stars, right? And that was important to me that we did that. And you can kind of see it there. We also managed to fold the jersey in a really nice kind of an oval shape at the bottom, which is going to be important as I share with you what we've decided regarding the tickets and so forth. But, two really good things. The stars will show, which is good. And you can see it on this side. And again, it's fully stretched and then ironed out, which is something we do. If you look at our jerseys, one of the compliments that we get all the time is the fact that we get them pretty wrinkled up and and the way that we stretch them and fold them, people really seem to like it, so we're happy about that. So the other thing that we do is we spend a lot of time, trying to have the right shape for the openings that we built into our mats for the patches that we're going to be including. So in this case, we have the Washington Capitals patches, the DC, and then we have the NY right here. And one of the things that we decided to do is the stars are really important to me, because I think that's one of the things that makes this particular jersey really unique. So unlike the beginning where I was kind of telling you where I might put those patches, and I had sort of alluded to the fact that they might actually go here over the stars, and then the DC might go there. I actually don't think that's a good idea, so I'm going to change my mind on that, because that would sort of defeat the whole purpose of exposing the stars. So let me show you a couple designs that I've come up with that might help us to kind of work the patches in there while still exposing the stars. So let me go ahead and bring out some of those things. So we go through a lot of iterations in terms of design until we get the design just right. And so we buy these scrap mats, as I call them. We pass them through our machine. We test things, we move things around, and then when we see it, we know that that's exactly the final design that we're going to go with. So I wanted to first of all, I wanted to expose the stars as I mentioned, and so I'm actually designing in a way that there's a little bit of a gap here. It's about 3/8 of an inch. I love the idea that we sort of fold the bottom in a way that we follow the contour of a typical baseball jersey, and then we kind of work our design around that, and then the same thing over on this side. And so by doing that, what I came up with is the ability to leave some room down here at the bottom left and right to be able to put those patches, and I think that's going to work out really nicely. And so let me go ahead and throw in one of these patches. So that's kind of the opening that we're going to have. And then if you look on this side, that's exactly what I did also for the Yankees patch. And again, like I said, sometimes I feel that I should follow the contour of the patch, as in the case of this DC patch. And then sometimes I kind of feel like maybe I shouldn't, right? So I did a little bit of a design down at the bottom, not so much up here at the top, but I think something like this might really help us, highlight the patch itself. And then the other thing that I did here, which is really interesting, I talked about how I wasn't really sure about where the tickets might go. I really like this design, and I think I'm going to go with it. I've never done this before, but I'm going to go ahead and bring out the tickets, and I'm just going to, I designed this in a way that I can set up a ticket right there. I'm going to set up another one right there, and they are in order, so I'm going to, seat number 8, 9, and 10 is going to go there. But I really like how they look right there, because I think the ticket stubs actually play a big role in this memory for my customer and his family, right? Because they went to the All-Star game, they had those tickets. He made a lot of emphasis in terms of me including them, and I think it's a great idea. So I think I found a good place for them, and I'm going to show you what they look like with the real mats. The other thing is, the question is, where am I going to put the plaque? And I actually like the plaque to be right here, right over the jersey. And I purposely, left the middle ticket lower than the other two, so that I would find a nice little home for the, for the plaque, which is really, really cool. So it's looking really, really good. I'm going to go ahead and show you. I built these boxes for the for the cards that they're in cases. And then I have a horizontal one here. And I think I really like where they go because they're right below the patches of the sleeves right there. So it's looking really, really good. And I did cut the real mats, and the real mats are the red suede on top with the white accent. You can actually see them right here to my right. So I'm going to go ahead and move them over on top of the jersey, and then I'm going to show you how beautiful that is beginning to look. Okay, so here is a sort of a mock-up with the actual mats. I did cut the mats already, and it's looking just tremendous. And I'm going to go ahead and climb up this step ladder so I could show you guys just how cool it looks from this angle. Nothing is, nothing is final, nothing is securely mounted or anything. But this should give you an idea of the look that we're going for. You can see the patch. I chose not to do sort of an inner white accent on that because I have some other ideas for it. But look how nice the tickets sort of look, just over that matting. And I think that gives us plenty of room for the plaque. I'm going to do something special for the plaque. I don't know exactly what yet, but I have some ideas. The NY logo looks amazing. I actually, looking at it right now, I actually like the silver backing, so I might actually resort to that. There is one of the cards, and then here's the other card right here. And look at just how nice it looks around the top, the shoulders and everything. And then the patches are going to look incredible as we, mount it and fold it more permanently. I wanted to show you an idea that I'm going to use for the first time. If you've seen our jerseys, you probably have seen that we use, and I'm going to show you a Cameron Wake for the Miami Dolphins that we just finished. But every time we have a card that we incorporate into our football matting, you probably have seen that I'd like to put a football matting texture behind it. So you can see right there, you can see it here. Sometimes I'll do that when I include team patches. You can see it right there as well. So I started to think, and this is what the customer asked me, is what am I going to do for a baseball? And, I can't take a baseball apart, if you will, because it's probably very complicated and I would need a few baseballs. But, I started looking online and see if I could find some sort of a texture that would be indicative of a baseball backing. And I actually found this. This is really, really cool. I'm glad I found it. It's a very nice, sort of texture fabric, and it works for the purpose of what I'm trying to do. So I don't know, initially I thought I would use it behind the patches, but I think I'm changing my mind because of how nice the silver backing looks. But I would definitely use it behind the cards, and I'm going to go ahead and try and see if I could put just a little piece underneath. So there it is. I put just a little piece, and I'm going to put this behind it. Look how nice that looks. So this is something we might start to incorporate in all of our baseball jerseys that we frame. But I think it's looking amazing. The next steps are sort of towards the finish line here. We're going to securely mount the jersey. We're going to securely mount the tickets, the patches, build a spacer so we can lift up the glass as we do with our jerseys. Here's a Cristiano Ronaldo jersey that we did. And one of the reasons that people tell us that they like our jerseys is because of that 3D depth that we add all around the jersey, which makes it, really stand out. You could see it there. You could see it in the Cameron Wake jerseys, especially when you look at them from the side. And obviously we're going to build some of those spacers for the cards. But things are looking really, really good. I love the top, just the way that this top angle looks. And I can't wait. I'm so happy that the customer asked us to create a video. And so we're working on it, and it's looking just tremendous. So stay tuned. The next video I'm going to show you once we're almost there. We're going to go with museum glass, of course, and best of the best here. And so be back in a few hours. Hey everyone, so it's been about a day. We've been working on mounting and doing a little more design, and we think we got it. And I went to show you right before I put on the frame just how nice it turned out. I love this view. If you follow us on Instagram, you've seen us put photos of this angle right here, this view. And I really like it, especially when I put over the museum glass, because I think I like the depth that we add. I like the boxes that we create for the cards. And I love looking at it from every angle just to make sure, it's perfectly clean on the inside before I put the frame and before I seal it from the back. So I wanted to show you just how amazing this turned out. I'm going to give it a nice little tour kind of around, and then I'll put the frame, I'll stand it up on the easel and just kind of show you how it looks from that angle. But I'm going to start with the DC patch right here. And as you can see, it looks really, really clean. I did a somewhat of a semi-silhouette kind of design around the matting. But I really like the way that it looks mounted on silver, because it kind of ties back to the silver that I use for the jersey itself. Like I said, I've never done this design where I put the tickets kind of hanging over the matting and the jersey somewhat, completely floating, as you can see. And I really like it, especially when we stand it up. You'll see the one on the left and the one on the right, they're slightly higher, and then the one in the middle is slightly lower. And I did that on purpose because I wanted to create something special for the plaque itself. And I'm going to climb up the little step ladder that I have and just kind of show you what we did. And look how beautiful that looks. We got 3 tickets. They're spaced out, perfectly evenly. And as you can see, the plaque, I actually use what's called a fillet, which is kind of a small frame within another frame, to be able to double frame it, if you will. And then I use red suede, which kind of ties it back to the red suede on the outside. And I think the whole thing just looks incredible. Let me back up a little and watch how it looks when you look at the NY patch, the DC patch, the 3 tickets, and then of course the plaque right in the middle. Just looks incredible. The NY ticket or the NY patch also looks amazing mounted on our semi-gloss or semi-shiny silver. The stars, which I really, really liked, I wanted to leave them fully exposed, and that's what we did, with a nice kind of design silhouette around with enough breathing room between the jersey and the matting. Same thing on the right. And it just looks incredible. And then watch how nice the cards turned out with the baseball texture behind it. I'll try to get close. The light might get in the way, but you guys see the point there. I'm going to go all the way on the other side. And this is the card that is signed. It's his rookie card after further inspection. I realize that. And it's just amazing. And then, of course, if I back up a little, watch how the design up there at the top of the matting just looks incredible. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit, and you'll see the bottom. And again, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dust it off one more time, put the frame over it, and I think the black frame is going to soften the red that it has right now. But I think the whole thing just looks amazing. And I hope my customer is watching this, and I hope he loves it. Him and his wife and his kids who went to this game, and we cannot be more thankful, for selecting us to do such a special memorabilia piece. They're always going to remember, the All-Star game in Washington, D.C. 2018, and somehow we're going to be a part of that awesome family memory. So let me put on the frame, and I am going to stand it up, put it up on the easel, do one final pass through of the finished product, and we should be good to go. So hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'm going to do that one final thing, and I'll be right back. Hey everyone, so I spent some time putting on the frame and doing one final cleanup of the glass, dusting it off, and I think it's ready. I think it's ready to go, and I can't wait for my customer to see it. It's always one of those things that videos and photos, they just don't do it justice to how it looks in person, especially the suede matting and the museum glass, and just kind of what museum does to the jerseys, to the colors of the jerseys. They just make it pop, and they just look amazing. But I wanted to show you one last sort of guided tour here around the finished product. This is one of my favorites. I really enjoyed working on this and just designing around it. It's always a challenge. Obviously, the more objects that have to be included, the more pieces, the more challenging it is, because you have to find a good place for them. You have to make sure that they don't overcrowd the design, and you want to deliver a very clean, very polished type of product. But I think we got it, and love to hear your comments. So let me start from the top. You can see just how nice that design around the shoulders as it comes down, just how it looks. And I also want to point out that the black frame that we use, especially with the red suede, when we use red suede, it just kind of calms everything down. It just kind of makes it, more subtle, and it just, completes the whole finished product. So it's really cool. I love the way the patches look on each sleeve, the way that we folded them. They just look incredible. As I come down, I love the way the cards look, even though one is vertical, the other one is horizontal. They're perfectly centered horizontally. So that looks really, really clean. As we come down, the stars, they just look amazing. And then of course, at the bottom, I'm gonna back up a little so you guys can see. Look how nice the proportions of the tickets, the patches on each side, and then the plaque right on the jersey. I lifted it off from the jersey a little bit, and I'm gonna get a little closer. And just look how amazing that looks. I'm gonna go ahead and get even closer. Like I said, I used kind of a mini frame with some beading that is silver. I went back to red. The outline is white, and then I go back to the plaque, which is on black with silver letters, and it just looks incredible. So let me back up a little so you guys can see the whole finished product. Again, most of our jerseys, they end up being about 34 inches by about 42 or 43, somewhere in there. But they just look very, very clean by the time we're done. So again, I hope you like this project. Had a great time. To my customer, thank you so much, and I hope you love it. And I can't wait to hear from you when you receive it. We're gonna pack it up. We use a lot of padding. Make sure that all of our boxes, they end up really big, but we want them to arrive safe and sound. The glass, we don't want it to shatter. We want the whole experience to be as smooth as possible. But thank you so much. Here's a final pan around the jersey. And again, thank you so much. And as Bill Belichick would say, we're moving on to the next jersey. Thank you.